If you hear some sizzling or movement in the background, that's probably Jelly. Yeah, she's currently taking a shower. She's probably drying herself now. I wanted to slice up a bit of a, break in between of the Kirby series, and to be honest, to be very frank, I am exhausted today. And I didn't know what else to upload other than, going back to this series, where I play this game and talk about things that matters to me in that moment. Welcome to another one of Oxygen Not Included series, where with each sentence comes with an awkward pause in the middle. So this may look different from the last time I played, although I don't know how many of you are actually paying attention to gameplay of mine. But yeah, I'm just slowly expanding once again. It's always the usual chemistry over here where I have certain rules for the structure that I have. To be honest, I have this big gap right here. I don't really know what to use it on, so yeah, I'm just leaving that alone for now. It's been really nice lately. I feel like I've cut out an appropriate amount of time for the amount of things that I want to do. I'm getting a good family time. I'm also, I guess, reserving enough time for, just whatever that I want to do in my personal time. And also, at the same time, I guess I am able to keep up with that 3 videos a week kind of schedule, and things are going great for the moment, because I never stay optimistic when it comes to anything at all. When I get left alone with my thoughts, I always think about all the dark things. No, it's just that people consider it dark. For me, it's kind of like, I think about it and it gives me comfort. Things that I talk about is not meant to be taboo. But as for today, I do have a topic and I wanted to discuss relationship in specific. So, what was it? I've been watching a live stream recently where there was a person that talked about, their own relationship problem, and that's not what I wanted to talk about. It's the quote where he said, relationships should be 50-50, and I was like thinking on that for a while. Jelly, are you listening? Relationships should be 50-50. Do you agree? Emotionally not agree, but you generally agree. Okay.
Emotionally, I think it's...
Wow.
But yeah, I'm convinced myself.
So you think guys should do more, emotionally speaking? You feel like guys should do more, but if we're looking at it realistically, it should be 50-50 is what you're saying?
I'm trying to do 50. And I'm really trying to do more.
But yes, with ABBA and Preach, I believe Preach's quote was, it's not 50-50, it's 100 and 100, which I can agree with that. But if we're diving into like the specifics, like, if we're zooming into how I really feel about this whole like 50-50 thing, I feel like there's no harm in thinking that way. I mean, if that helps you keep your relationship afloat, then I say, chug along, just, do your thing. Personally though, I think I've been unintentionally following like a specific philosophy when it comes to relationship. I align with the quote from Preach where, everything should be 100-100. But personally, what I've been doing is I've been looking at the relationship as like maybe 10-90, 10% my way, 90% Jelly's way. That's how I'm seeing it. But what I'm actually getting is 100-100 as a result. But that's because I guess Jelly also does the same thing as I do. So yeah, it's like 10-90 both ends, which I guess helps it go over 100 on each side. And wait, that's not how you do maths. But at least we're reaching 100 for both sides, if you total it up, that is. So that's why, in my opinion, my relationship seems to be very fulfilling compared to a lot of people who's, I guess, not experiencing it in a way that, you find favorable. So what I do is, I like to think that I'm giving more, and I try to give more, whilst I guess the other side also do the same, and it just kind of results in a way that is like equally fulfilling for each other. I think you deserve to be selfish when you actually are a selfless person. Wait, am I stroking my own ego right now? I feel like I'm trying to like boast how selfless I am. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like I'm a living self-doubt. So when it comes to confidence, I could use more. of that. And when it comes to me thinking about how much I've done for the other person, I feel like I've never really done enough. So this method or this perspective that I have works for the way I look at things, the way the relationship is with my own relationship. Huh? What? Huh? I'm thinking. And the more I talk, the more I edit. But I think you don't really have to limit that to just relationships. I mean, it's ideal if, I guess, that kind of percentage works in a relationship for you. But when it comes to friendship as well, I feel like you could be as generous as possible to the other person. It doesn't have to be 10-90. I don't know. I feel like kindness goes a long way as long as you're not giving it to the wrong person. Yeah, my mother was very bad at that. Excited. Oh, I didn't know these critters wait until they get brushed. Wow. There's so much going on in this game. I never really just, stop and look at what they're doing. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. Unfortunately, I can't expand my natural gas reservoir because of the stupid dam that I built. I gotta drain the water somehow, but I want to use it all. I don't want to waste it, but I'm not using water fast enough. Oh, this one's too hot. Uh-oh. 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 I always feel like I'm not explaining my points well. Sometimes I want to say words, but the words that I choose to use tend to be, I guess, they're never really the right words. It's so frustrating sometimes. I guess what I wanted to say was, if you're putting out more than you feel like you're getting, I think first I'd like you to look at yourself and if you're actually looking at the situation correctly. Because at times you feel like you're not really getting a lot until you start diving deeper into, I guess, how you feel about the whole thing and if you're being irrational or not. Sometimes I do feel like I worked too hard in that moment, and then I guess I kind of remind myself why I do it, and that brings me to answers like why it's worth it, who does this help, etc, etc. And I eventually reach the point where I start thinking about what has this person done for me, and usually it's more than what I've done for them, from what I can remember at least, and that usually helps me to keep going. Why is this always overloading? I don't understand. I don't know what's causing the overload. It's always you, and you're the same material. Even after reassessing everything and you still feel like things aren't exactly equaling out on both ends, like yours and the other person, maybe that's worth discussing. Maybe you should talk about that with that said person, and then that might help you see things that you haven't really thought of before. And it's not just that, it might help the other person realize that you've been doing more for them than they're doing more for you. And even after that conversation, it still doesn't iron out. I feel like at that point, maybe see somebody else for the sake of two of you. If you're in polyamory, then I don't really have an advice to give. I don't even know why I'm offering advice at the moment. I'm just talking while playing a game. Even after I cut down my stream hours, it's always nice to see people, still showing their face on our Discord server. There's like 2 man-children currently playing a game in our VC at the moment. It's always a joy to listen to them banter. Well, I don't want to go off topic and start blabbering on about another topic, I mean. So I'm gonna cut this here. Thank you very much for listening and also watching this gameplay. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm offering, but if you enjoyed it, please support the video if you can. Leave a like on this video to let me know that you watched it. Tell me how you feel on the balance, the 50-50 thing when it comes to relationships, and what is your philosophy on this? Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm so tired. I'm gonna catch some Z's. Good night, everybody. Bye bye. Don't die. Stay alive. Laugh with me in the next video.